Well, hello there, folks. Jeffrey Darty, your Christian whistleblower. Didn't plan on bringing a show today, but I had so many requests, so many people wanting to hear answers about what we started yesterday. Jesus is the Antichrist, and I just wanted to jump right back into it today. I want to just do one thing real quickly. I want to take you to the jeffreydarty.com website. I want to show you one thing that I would like you to do and like you to be able to know that you can do. Here's the website. Here's the Mandela Effect playlist. That is all. I believe there were 8 videos. If you'd like to get the book, it's an ebook. Just go ahead and click right on the ebook. It'll take you right over here, $4.99. Get the ebook, all of the information we shared, plus a lot of information that we just weren't able to share on the air due to time constraints. Over here, you'll have your new Jesus is Antichrist playlist. And if you want to get the new Jesus is Antichrist ebook, $3.99, just go ahead and click. You can add to your cart, order it right here. It'll be sent to you via your email. So that's the jeffreydarty.com website. I encourage you to go to the site, and I encourage you while you're here, before you leave, do not leave this video without subscribing, without liking, and without sharing, because that's what it's all about. Jumping right in, we saw yesterday that there is no historical evidence for Jesus actually having lived. How can that be? The most famous person that ever walked planet Earth, allegedly, a guy that was born of a virgin with a huge star and all these miraculous events, a guy that healed people, rose people from the dead, a guy that had one of the biggest show trials probably in all of human history, a guy that was crucified by the Romans, a guy that rose from the freaking dead, rose from the dead. And of all the historians, including Philo, living in Jerusalem, writing a history of the Judeans during the time that Jesus allegedly lived, not one mention. Only 3 mentions of the dude within 100 years of his life. But yet here, 2,000 years later, he's the most famous person in human history. How could it be that nobody wrote about him for 300 years? Why does it take 300 years for some guy to get talked about? Maybe it's because he's not real. Maybe it's because the guy didn't really exist. Some would counter and say, well, why wasn't Yeshua talked about? Well, that's a good question. Yeshua remembered this. History is written by the winners. And the winners don't want to mention the rebels. And there's a reason why the writers of history, the Roman writers of history, probably would not want to talk about this dude right here. They don't want to mention this dude right here because this dude right here, he was a rabble rouser. This guy right here driving the money changers out of the temple. This guy, whipping people. This guy turning over tables. This guy causing problems. This guy that said, hey, quit sacrificing things, quit shedding blood, because now forgiveness comes by water baptism. This guy that tried to stop the temple and the sacrifice and the very main thing, not only of Jewish religion, but of Jewish commerce. You realize that millions of people came to Jerusalem 4 times a year because of the sacrificial system. And Yeshua said, hey, man, forget that sacrificial system. It's not real. It makes perfect sense that this guy would be shunned, that this guy would be hidden, that this guy wouldn't be talked about because he didn't follow what the winners of history wanted to believe. Now, if you don't think that can happen, if you think, you're reaching, Jeff, well, let me just call your attention to another little situation that has cropped up in history. And I don't think any of you could really argue with me about this being something that actually happened. How about these dudes right here? AC and DC. How about Tesla? How about Edison? Tesla, his work was shunned. His work was held down. His work was kept from public view and only now is emerging his brilliance and the amazing practicality of the inventions that he brought. This guy, Edison, he was the dancing bear, of big money. His stuff was propped up. His stuff was much ballyhooed, even though his stuff was way inferior to Tesla's stuff. You get my analogy? Tesla is Yeshua. Yeshua's work kept down, banned, hidden, only now coming about by the ubiquitous nature of the internet and our ability to find information ourselves. Plastic Jesus, Edison, the controlled guy, the guy that the winners want to push. So don't tell me it can't happen, because it has happened. Yeshua has been held down, and instead, this guy right here has been propped up and positioned to us all. It's this guy right here that is Jesus. This dude right here. And here's the reason why. Because of this right here. This guy brings in the cash. Yeshua tried to stop all this stuff. But this guy, bro Jesus, plastic Jesus, he keeps the cash registers chinging. That's why. This is the bro that you know. He's Edison. He's the bro that you know. And the bro that you don't know, of course, is Yeshua, the one that tried to stop the commerce and stop the sacrifice and told you that you weren't born with original sin, but you got the spirit of divinity within. That's why. That's how he was hidden, banned, and only now, through the work of myself and some others. Haven't seen many of them, but there are some others out there. I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that as you like and share these videos and subscribe to the channel, it'll grow and we'll get more and more of this out here. But you can see, I hope today, my one main desire was to show you that we've been sold a bill of goods. Yeshua and Jesus are different guys. And just like Tesla and Edison, Yeshua's work was suppressed, oppressed, depressed, hidden, while the work of Jesus, 300 years after dude was dead, they propped him up and made his work be the foundation of this religion called Christianity. The implication is clear. Jesus was not a real dude. Yeshua was a real dude. And I'm trying to keep these messages very short. I'm trying to keep these messages very concise. So I think that we're just going to leave you with that nugget today. Why was Yeshua not talked about in history? Because history is written by the winners, and Yeshua came in disrupting the entire commerce of one of the major provinces of the Roman Empire, Judea. And you don't want to talk about that stuff. You don't want to let people know that this guy almost wrecked the whole thing. You don't want that to happen. So they suppressed Yeshua. They held Yeshua down, and they invented plastic Jesus, bro Jesus, to take the place of Yeshua, to further overshadow and push Yeshua into the background, just like Edison was used to push Tesla into the background. And only today, because we're able to understand and get information on the internet, we know what a brilliant genius Tesla was. And think about Tesla, free energy, able for everybody anywhere to get it without cost, helping our earth. And think about it, Yeshua, free because you don't have original sin, free because you don't have to bring an animal for your sacrifice. It's actually a rather elegant analogy, and it should help you to understand that Yeshua is the Savior. Yeshua is the dude that has the ways and the truths that lead to life. And Jesus is plastic Jesus. He's the fake dude. They're two different dudes, dude. And I'm going to start showing you on the next broadcast, probably won't be tomorrow, more likely Friday, of how Jesus was created. And I'm going to show you the 2,000-year marketing strategy that sells Jesus, first of all, as a dancing bear for the new religion, and then as a placeholder for rat bastard Antichrist that we identified in our last series to take over and eventually come back and perpetrate a great false flag as Antichrist. That's it for today. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, go to my website, get a hold of these books, $4.99 and $3.99, less than a mediocre cup of coffee at a national coffee house. Folks, we are turning the establishment on its head, and we're bringing you the information you need to unindoctrinate yourself. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, bringing you peace, bringing you light. And if you'll just get this information into your mind, you will not be able to help but unindoctrinate yourself.